Good evening. A Milwaukee man will get a new trial 10 years after he says Milwaukee police detained him illegally while he was donating dinner during the holidays. Isaiah Taylor was just 16 years old then. He is now 26. Our Shannon Sims joins me live now after talking with Taylor. And Shannon, you have covered this story from the very beginning.
Susan, it was 10 years ago I first reported on the incident, just days before Christmas. And at the center of the case is whether or not the officers involved are protected by qualified immunity, which means they're shielded from civil lawsuits. Do you still remember that day?
So when I think about that day, I still get jitters.
It's been a decade since Isaiah Taylor was put in the back of this Milwaukee police squad car.
What's your first name? Am I in trouble?
And still, he gets physically emotional when talking about it.
If you may, let me speak from the heart for a second. When I was back in that car, in that squad car, I was terrified. I didn't know if I was gonna be taken away. I didn't know what my end was gonna look like.
Isaiah, 16 at the time, was running across busy Capitol Drive to deliver a frozen turkey to a neighbor days before Christmas.
Where are you coming from? My house. I was just dropping off a turkey for a friend.
Body camera shows Officer Justin Schwartzhuber and Jason Rzuski stop, frisk, and detain Isaiah after they discovered the frozen bird inside his brown paper bag.
All I could do was look back at my house across the street with my porch light still on and know my mom didn't even know what was going on.
His mother, then State Senator Lena Taylor.
I remember that day. I remember being in the foyer of the house. It gets me every time. And we just cried for a minute together.
Isaiah sued the city and officers in 2021 for violating his constitutional rights. A jury found the officers not liable, and Isaiah appealed in 2023. Well, this month, the 7th Circuit Court ruled those officers were not entitled to qualified immunity when it came to Isaiah's Fourth Amendment right, unreasonable search and seizure.
And if you don't have reasonable suspicion that someone committed a crime, you can't hold them for even a second.
Attorney Mark Thompson represents Isaiah.
They ran for the warrant check after they both knew it was a turkey. They all knew. They were just hoping, fishing, that there would be a warrant so they could arrest another young man.
The judge ordered a new trial. Isaiah says the lawsuit is not about money, but rather speaking up and being heard in a courtroom of his peers.
To see how the justice system will work for me and not against me. I'm just happy I finally get to share my story, share my truth.
And so, Shannon, where does this case stand right now?
Okay, so I did reach out to the city attorney's office for comment. They have not reached back or returned my calls. However, it really is in the city's hands. Do they want to settle the case or do they want to take it to trial? But it's important to note that there are 3 states, including the city of New York, who have either ended qualified immunity altogether or amended the way that it can be used in court cases.
All right, Shannon Sims reporting. Thanks so much.